In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create with core visuals here in Power BI histogram with negative values. This is originally from Kavita Vera. She asked this question: what would you do in case of a negative frequency? Option A, ignore the negative like this, okay? Don't include the negative values in being, as frequency refers to count of occurrences which can never be negative. Option A. Option 2, absolute value. Treat negative as positive to see frequency in data. This could be done, but we don't have in Power BI the option to change some kind of pattern field or vertical stripe, horizontal stripe in a column chart or any chart. Another option is dual axis, showcase both negative and positive frequency in a positive direction. It's the same. We don't have any kind of pattern field native in the core visuals, but we can change that or at least switch some kind of behavior, visual behavior with border and using a different color like a white color, okay? So how you can do some kind of version similarly or maybe very close to the original post from Kavita. This is a table, okay? Axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, minus 30, 20, 30. So you need to create a size bin to create bins or groups here in Power BI. Right click, new group here. I choose the list, or you can choose the bin of the kind of the bins from the size of or the number of bins. You can create the type of bin or aggregation that you want. Okay, this will create this kind of axis. 1 is 1, 2, 2 is 1, 2, 3 is 3, 4, 3 is 3, 4, 4 is 3, 4. Okay, so to ignore the negative value, you will use some kind of syntax. It's very simple. Ignore the negative is use some kind of filtering, that's any kind of filters where the frequency, the column frequency is greater than 0. So you will zoom the column frequency, but ignoring or filtering only those where the frequency is greater than 0. X-axis groups in the y-axis and any or the columns one by one in the series. This will be black, this will be gray, this will be a little gray more darkness, and so on. To create this kind of line, the horizontal line, I use a reference line, a constant line. The value 0 is in the baseline. If you change this to 15 or 10 or 20 or 5, you see what happens, right? The color is black, the width is 2 pixels, and the line start is solid. No dash is solid, okay? This is also not so difficult. Absolute value is also possible to create, but it has 2 steps. The first step is create a function or measure like this, where you are going to sum the frequency, but you need to create or you need to replace the function or aggregate the function with an absolute function value for creating the same frequency, but in an absolute terms. This also has some kind of behavior because this value originally is not negative. This value is positive. How you can change the positive to negative and replace and not change the position here in the Cartesian axis, Cartesian space. When you create this, we have a format option here, call it dynamic. When you choose this, you can create a dynamic format string like this. If the sum of the column frequency is less than 0, then this is the format string I want to show you, minus 0. So here, look at this, plus 0, minus 0. Okay, to try to replace, to try to embrace like this. I think that is a minus, okay, because it's a negative value. And the other, the fourth or the third, the dual frequency. This is more tricky because I use four measures to replace or ignore or filter some values like this. Mean positive or mean negative is this. I want the mean s of the frequency when the frequency is less than 0. This is the white bar, the minus 30. Then next we have mean positive. Mean positive is this. But if you see, we have here a logical. If the sum of frequency is greater than 0, then I'm going to do this. What happens if I eliminate or erase this part of that code? You will see that it will repeat the original value because mean x in every row will show you the value of the value. Sorry for sorry for that. So if you create this kind of the logical, you will ignore the duplication for say it in another way. Max positive, we have max negative. It's the same. We have here max set filter where the frequency is greater than 0, but if I do this, look what happened. So this is the real question. When you create this kind of graph, you can create some kind of similarity, but at least right now we don't have the capacity of create a pattern field inside inside any kind of visual, and also we can create a conditional statement when you are going to use some kind of legend. In the Power BI Core Visuals team, they shared two days ago this Power BI Core Visuals vision board, where they are going to show you, if you create or if you share or if you see this dashboard, I'm going to share the dashboard URL here in the description. You will see that it's pending the FX legend or the creation of some kind of logic for the legend or the tooltip representation. I think this is where I'm going to express this kind of behavior. And also we have another where they're going to introduce someday, I don't know, maybe if the total votes is greater every day, introducing the Microsoft Office patterns, where we can create some kind of pattern, some kind of diagonal stripe, vertical stripe, to difference the visual shape of the graph. So as you can see, it's possible to create something in Power BI very similar to this kind of graph. I don't know where this coming from Cavita, but it's an option. So we will see what happens in the next videos with another kind of case of a study here from Power BI.